it takes to keep a house clean? Is it a magic wand? Or is it these things that I'm about to tell you? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julie. I'm an occupational therapist, a mom of 2 little ones living in New York City, and I like a clean and organized home. If you do too, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment down below what kind of irks you about your home and how you want to keep it clean. And with that all said, let's jump right in. So my first step, an oldie but a goldie, and something that I have done every single day since childhood, something that my mother really insisted on, and that is to make my bed. So this extends to my bed. My husband and I, either one of us will make it, and then also to the kids' beds. I get them to help as much as they can, like, depending on their age. But I think it's a really good skill to instill in children from a young age, and at least if you do nothing else, your bed is made. Then something that I do all the time is declutter on the regular. If you've watched any of the videos on my channel, you might know that I love decluttering. I don't like things everywhere. I don't like mess. So I always have some kind of bag or something where I just can toss things in as I feel like they're no longer serving us, or if I'm planning to give them away to somebody or donate them to a charity. And it's super easy. I have a space for all the things that kind of need to transition before they go somewhere, and it just makes the process so much more simple than having to set aside a massive amount of time on my calendar to declutter everything at once. Along with decluttering, I have tried my best to simplify things that I use. So if you have watched my bathroom cleaning organization video, which I will have linked above, you will see that I tried to kind of get rid of as many products that had expired or we weren't using. And since I made that video probably a month or more ago, our bathroom has stayed pretty clean and it's so much more manageable. Another tip that's linked to that is that if you are feeling overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that you have, put yourself on a buying freeze. No more buying things of the same thing. Use everything up first and then start mindfully and very intentionally purchasing things. Not only will this save you an incredible amount of money because you're not impulse buying and you're actually using up what you already have, so you're not buying duplicates of things, but you will really have a much better idea of what you really like. I would also recommend like using up samples, because although those are great and like so enticing to get free stuff, although it's not really free, let's be real, but it's nice to have free stuff, and for travel and all that kind of stuff, it really adds up because they're like little things that clutter up your bathroom or your bedroom or whatever. So I would highly recommend using your samples or giving them away, donating them, whatever, and then starting from scratch. I also recommend simplifying your cleaning products. So I have about 5 core cleaning products that I love, that I use for basically our whole house. And these are really the things that I think you need to keep your house nice and clean. I did a video on 5 ways to simplify your life. I'll have that in the description box and linked above. But basically I speak about cleaning products in here. To summarize, all you really need, I feel, is some kind of laundry detergent. I'm actually considering making my own. I have before, but I'm going to use up the laundry detergent that I have already. So some kind of laundry detergent. I think a powder one is the most eco-friendly and works really well. Then some kind of dishwashing detergent. Again, I have a dishwashing powder, and I have a few of those that I've stocked up, so I don't need to think about it for a long time. And if you buy it in bulk and you have the space to store it, it's so much cheaper. And then also vinegar cleans everything. Some liquid soap. I love the Castile soap by Dr. Bronner's. I usually buy a big thing of that. And baking soda. And then you're pretty much good. That's basically all you need. Occasionally, like some hydrogen peroxide is really useful for stains, but that's not something you're going to be using every day to clean, and you're good. That's it. 5 products. You don't need to buy all these other things. If you want to be super fancy, maybe a nice cleaning spray occasionally, but you can honestly easily make a cleaning spray with a spray bottle, 1 pot vinegar, 1 pot water. Just make sure you can use the vinegar on the surface that you are using, because it's not so great on like granite and that kind of thing. And maybe a few drops of essential oil for some fragrance, but if not, the vinegar smell will go away and you're good. It's going to disinfect, it's going to kill most of the germs, and you didn't really need to spend very much or have exhaustion trying to decide what to get. So with your newly made spray or your bought spray or whatever, I always like to wipe surfaces. And alongside with that, to keep my house clean, decluttering surface tops and every countertops is really important if you want to have the perception and the reality of keeping your home clean. It's really, really helpful to not have too many trinkets and things on surfaces, so you can just wipe as you go along. I often wipe when I'm like brushing my teeth or washing my face. If I get out of the shower, I just quickly do a wipe. You see me doing this in some of my morning routine videos because it's just the easiest way to keep things clean. Even if you had someone cleaning your house a couple of times a week, the counters still get really dirty. As soon as water sits on there and doesn't get wiped away, they're gonna look gross. So wiping them and keeping them clean is definitely the way to maintain a really pristine look in your home with minimal effort. Another thing that I really try to do, and I don't always get it right, it really depends how hectic the day has been, but I try and pack everything up and do all the dishes, do the laundry, whatever it is, the night before, so that I wake up in the morning and everything is nice and clean and I'm starting with a blank slate. By having less stuff, it's definitely easier to do this, but still, things accumulate after dinner. Some people even clean up dishes and that kind of thing before they eat dinner so that when they sit down, they can just relax and eat their dinner and not have to clean. I don't know if I go to that level because my husband gets annoyed when he's like sitting waiting for me to eat, but I definitely think that cleaning up power hour after dinner so that you wake up in the morning and everything is nice and tidy is the way to go. Then if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm really big on hooks, specifically like command hooks because they're easy to put on and off or whatever. But anything where you can leverage your vertical space, especially I live in a small apartment, need to make use of the walls. Hooks really help to keep things looking tidy and clean, and they create a space and a spot for everything, which is a key principle when it comes to keeping a clean and tidy home. So don't forget to look up, you know? Another thing that I think makes a home look really fresh and vibrant and clean are having plants in your home. I prefer real plants if I can. I think I would rather have real plants than less real plants than fake ones, unless they're so convincing, but I like the idea of real plants. They're cleaning my air and everything, and I like to give them a home inside my house and also outside on the balcony. Then something else that I also feel is really necessary is to understand that as humans, we are not perfect and we need like a junk drawer, but I'd rather call it a waiting to be sorted drawer. So this is a spot, and it could be a drawer for you, it could be a whole closet, it could be a whole room, I guess, if you have the space. But this should be waiting to be organized into a specific spot drawer, because often they're going to be things that you might be waiting to give to someone. There are things that are projects that you just don't have time to get to that day, and you shouldn't feel overwhelmed by those things. You just need to put them somewhere, preferably in the same spot, so they're all corralled together. And then that way, when you do have 20 minutes here or an hour here, or oh wow, a whole evening to yourself when your spouse goes out and you're on your own and you want to watch TV or you want to listen to a podcast, then you can go through and tackle that cupboard or drawer. Because I think, you know, we're always on this journey, we never really arrive at the destination, and there's always going to be an area that you are going to want to improve upon. So it's good to just create some kind of space that has the waiting to be sorted element. I mentioned something that I have done for years is to listen to a podcast or music. I like podcasts or even YouTube videos. Listen to those while you clean or organize. So at the end of the night, I'm tired. I don't really want to be tidying up. I just want to lie on the couch or crawl into bed or whatever the case is. But if I'm listening to something that I find really interesting, then it's so much more motivating for me to get that last little bit done. And honestly, to clean up your space probably doesn't take very long. 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I dare you to time yourself and see how long it actually takes to do a little power clean. But if you're listening to a podcast that you're really into, all that cleaning, wiping, washing, putting away, sorting becomes so automatic, so much easier. It's absolutely game-changing, and it's such a simple hack. And you get to learn something cool if you listen to a podcast or whatever you're doing at the same time. And another tip is obviously to delegate to other people. You should not feel as I'm talking to the moms in this group or whatever, but you should not feel that you are the sole person. If you live in a household with other people, you should not feel that you are the only person in the world that has to clean up your house. You may care the most, but you don't necessarily have to be the only one cleaning up. So delegate, give people tasks that are working towards their strengths, and you do things that you enjoy. And yeah, they're gonna be things that are not your favorite, but that's okay. We all have to do that every now and again, and I think it makes us stronger people. So make sure that you're delegating, that you're not setting the tone that you are gonna take everything on. You need to set boundaries. You need to get your kids involved. If you have some kind of help, cleaning up the kids' stuff and just helping maintain the household, and it definitely alleviates some of the burden placed on us as parents to do all of the cleaning. Then something else that I think is difficult for a lot of people because it's just so easy to kind of forget, but that is to do your laundry all on the same day. Now I know that's not always possible, but when you can, I would almost say do smaller loads more frequently so it's not so overwhelming to fold 5 bundles of laundry. But whatever you want to do for your method, I would really encourage you. The same as trying to clean everything and organize things before you go to bed that night. I would highly encourage you to do the same with your laundry, because laundry is one of those things that just builds and builds and builds. And here's the other thing. If you are decluttering and you are making sure that you're only keeping what you really need, you're not going to have so many clothes that you can do laundry like once a month. You're gonna have enough clothes that you probably need to do laundry 1 to 2 to 3 times a week, depending if you have kids or whatever. So I would really encourage you, wash the laundry, dry the laundry, fold the laundry, make it all a seamless experience. Put on that podcast that you're into and get it done, because your future self will thank you so much. And there's nothing worse that makes like a house look cluttered or untidy or not clean with like laundry strewn everywhere, because sometimes you can't tell whether it's dirty laundry or clean laundry. So even if it's there, you're like, I promise you it's clean. No, well, it doesn't look clean unless it's nicely folded up and put away. So then my final tip, and this is tough to do, but this made me think about this tip the other day, because I think it's really important, at least for me, to clean your house before you leave. So if you're gonna go out for the day, even if you're gonna go like a regular thing, you're going to work, you are dropping the kids off at school, you're going out to the park for a couple of hours, try as much as you can to clean your home before you leave. Because I know for me, when I come in the door after we've been out for a few hours, we're like hot and sweaty and tired and hungry and grumpy and all of those things. Last thing you want to do is like not be able to walk in the door because there's just so much stuff everywhere. Because likely, at least for us with little kids, we come home, there's a stroller, there's a scooter, there's food, there's clothes, there's all sorts of things that we bring back with us that need to be attended to. And it's nice to have a clean countertop where you can kind of just dump everything and start sorting everything out. The same as having a home that's clean before you leave is to unpack and kind of stay with the momentum of coming back and being in motion and cleaning up and organizing everything as soon as you get in the door. So I literally come in, I do not allow myself to sit down. My husband and I, if we're together, power sort, I would say. So like clothes in the washing machine, garbage in the dustbin. We went to the beach the other day, so making sure that there was sand all over the floor. I'm like sweeping that up. I'm doing whatever I need to do, putting food back in the fridge. So it is not something where you leave a suitcase or you leave a bag and then you get back to it like 10 days later. No, this needs to happen ASAP, because you're gonna run out of energy, trust me, and you're not gonna wanna do it. So it's really nice to come home, clean slate, and then boom, knock it all out, and you're good. So those are my, I don't even know how many. I started with 10 tips and then I think I kind of flew off the handle. But those are at least 10 cleaning tips to maintain a clean, tidy, organized home. I would love to hear how you like to keep your home organized in the comments below, or if you're struggling with something, I'd love to hear how you are trying to figure that out, or maybe there's a way that we can help you together. Also, don't forget that I have recently launched my free mini course, which is to take charge to create your dream life. I talk about a lot of these principles in there about organizing things, being intentional, so that you can really have time for the things that matter most. So there will be a link to sign up to that in the description bar below. Please like this video, subscribe if you're new here. I would love to have you join our little family. It is so exciting to be able to share these things with you. I love it so much, and I hope that I can bring you a lot of value and a lot of useful tips, you know, because being a mom and working and all that stuff, it can be challenging, and why not do it all together? So have a beautiful day, everybody, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.